I'm 29. My ex-girlfriend is 27. We were together for about 14 months. We didn't live together, but we spent most weekends at each other's places. I genuinely believed we were moving toward something serious. Keyword believed. Last Thursday around 11 p.m., I got a text that immediately felt off. Hey babe, just a heads up. I'm going to stay at my coworker's place tonight. We're working late on the quarterly presentation and it makes more sense than driving home at 2 a.m. His girlfriend is totally cool with it. By the way, why aren't you? I read it multiple times because my brain refused to accept what I was seeing. Some context. This coworker was a guy she'd started mentioning about 3 months earlier. Same project team, nothing alarming at first. I'd never met him. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend until that text. What bothered me immediately wasn't just the situation, it was the delivery. She didn't ask if I was okay with it. She told me it was happening, pre-approved it with, his girlfriend is cool with it, and ended with, why aren't you? Like a challenge. I replied calmly, me? I'm not insecure.
I'm uncomfortable.
Those aren't the same thing. Her, it's literally just a couch. Don't make this weird. Me, you've never mentioned his girlfriend before. How do I even know she exists? Her, OMG, she exists. They've been together 3 years. Want her LinkedIn or something? You're being ridiculous. Me, sure. Send me her number. I expected her to backtrack. Instead, she sent it. There. Happy now? Text her yourself if you don't believe me. This is exhausting. So I did exactly that. I didn't argue. I didn't accuse. I sent the coworker's girlfriend a screenshot of my girlfriend's text and wrote, hey, this is your boyfriend's coworker's boyfriend. She sent me this tonight. Just wanted to confirm you're aware she's planning to stay over at your apartment. Then I put my phone face down, made tea and went to bed. What actually happened that night? I woke up to nonstop buzzing. 3 missed calls from my girlfriend. 2 from an unknown number, the coworker. 1 from his girlfriend. Over 20 texts total. Here's what I learned. The coworker's girlfriend had no idea about any sleepover. None. He told her he was working late and crashing at a friend's place downtown. She got my text around 11:30 p.m., grabbed her keys, and drove straight home. She walked into her own apartment and found her boyfriend and my girlfriend on the couch together. Laptop open. Netflix playing. Working at midnight. A huge argument followed. My girlfriend insisted nothing happened and nothing would happen, but couldn't explain why the coworker lied about where he was. He claimed it was a miscommunication. His girlfriend didn't buy it. She kicked my girlfriend out and unloaded 3 years' worth of suspicions she'd been ignoring. Late nights. Vague explanations. Patterns she didn't want to face. My girlfriend left around 1 a.m. and spent hours calling me. I had silenced my phone. The fallout. My girlfriend's texts were angry and panicked. What did you do? You ruined everything. It was innocent. Call me right now. The coworker's girlfriend texted, thank you for telling me. I had no idea. I'm sorry you're dealing with this too. The coworker texted, you destroyed my relationship over nothing. You're a psycho. I took my time before responding to anyone. Why did he lie to his girlfriend if nothing was wrong? Why did my girlfriend confidently say she approved when she clearly hadn't? Those questions didn't go away. Conversation with my girlfriend. When I finally called her, you caused all of this. Me, I verified information you gave me. I reminded her. She gave me the number and told me to verify. Her response? I didn't think you'd actually do it. That was the moment something clicked. If there was truly nothing to hide, verification wouldn't have blown everything up. She asked for space and hung up. Escalation over the next week. The coworker and his girlfriend broke up permanently. She later found messages and patterns confirming he'd been dishonest for months. My girlfriend blamed me for everything. She showed up unannounced at my apartment, furious. Her mother called me demanding I apologize, until she realized her daughter had given me the number herself. The coworker confronted me in my parking lot. Admitted he lied because honesty was harder. That said everything. The breakup, 2 weeks later. My girlfriend and I met one final time. She said, You don't trust me. A relationship can't survive without trust. I said, I trusted the information you gave me, and it wasn't true. She admitted she believed him when he said his girlfriend knew. That meant he lied to both of you. I told her plainly. Being comfortable benefiting from someone else's lie is a boundary issue. She cried. I didn't move closer. We broke up calmly. She took her things. One small bag. Somehow that hurt more than the argument. Where everyone ended up. His ex-girlfriend is rebuilding her life and in therapy. He lost his relationship, his apartment, and his reputation. My ex thinks I'm insecure and controlling. Some people agree with her. Most don't. And me?
I'm okay.
I miss parts of her sometimes. But every time I do, I remember that text. His girlfriend is totally cool with it. Why aren't you? Because she wasn't cool with it. She didn't even know it if the story had been true. Nothing would have happened. But it wasn't. I didn't go behind anyone's back. I accepted an invitation to verify the truth. And I'm fine living with the outcome. 1 week after everything blew up, the damage kept spreading in ways I honestly didn't expect. The coworker and his girlfriend. Their relationship was completely over within 2 days. Done for good. His now ex reached out to thank me again. We exchanged a few messages after that night. Once she started actually looking back at things without making excuses, she realized how much she'd been ignoring. Late nights that didn't make sense, vague explanations, messages she wasn't supposed to see, women he'd never mentioned. Nothing that directly proved he was cheating with my girlfriend, but more than enough to confirm he wasn't the honest, loyal partner she thought she had for 3 years. The sleepover wasn't the cause. It was just the final crack that made everything collapse. She moved in with her sister and started therapy. She seemed sad, but also relieved, like someone who finally realized they weren't crazy. My girlfriend's response. My girlfriend, on the other hand, blamed me for everything. 2 days after the incident, she showed up at my apartment unannounced around 7 p.m. She knocked once and walked in like she still lived there. We need to talk about what you did. I told her calmly. What I did was verify information you gave me. She didn't sit. She paced. Something she always did when she was working herself up. You single-handedly ruined a 3-year relationship.
No.
His lies did that. I just exposed them. She insisted it wasn't my place to get involved. I told her it became my business the moment she told me another woman approved of something she didn't even know about. Then she shifted tactics. Do you understand what this has done to me at work? Everyone's whispering. They think we were having an affair. I asked her one simple question. Were you? She stopped pacing.
No.
Nothing physical happened. Ever. I said I believed that, but pointed out the real issue. She was comfortable staying overnight at a man's apartment while he actively lied to his girlfriend about where he was. And instead of questioning that, she told me I was insecure for being uncomfortable. She went quiet, then admitted something important. I thought she knew. He told me she was fine with it. So he lied to both of you. That realization hit her. I could see it on her face. But instead of sitting with it, she deflected again. You still tried to blow up their relationship. I asked a question. The answer did the rest. She left without slamming the door. Just confused, conflicted, and angry. Her mother gets involved. A few days later, her mother called me. She accused me of upsetting her daughter and said I owed her an apology. I calmly explained the facts, including that her daughter gave me the phone number and told me to verify it myself. There was a long pause. She didn't tell me that part. I said I figured as much. The call ended awkwardly with no real defense left. The coworker confronts me. Day 6. I ran into the coworker in my apartment parking lot while carrying groceries. He looked rough. You cost me my relationship. I told him his lies did that. He admitted he lied because honesty would have caused unnecessary drama. I told him that avoiding truth always creates more damage in the end. He got angry, stepped closer, looked like he might swing, then deflated. You and her deserve each other, and drove off. My hands were shaking afterward. Adrenaline, disbelief, maybe both. Final update, 2 weeks later. My girlfriend and I are officially done. She asked to meet to talk things through. Formal tone. Scheduled time. I knew what it was. We sat on the couch where we'd spent countless nights together. She said she'd been thinking a lot and came to one conclusion. You don't trust me. And without trust, a relationship can't survive. I reminded her that I trusted the information she gave me, and it wasn't true. She admitted she never thought I'd actually text the girlfriend. I thought you'd just trust me. I told her plainly. I wasn't willing to ignore deception, especially when it benefited her. She insisted nothing physical ever happened. I told her I believed that, but the boundary violation was still real. Being okay with someone else lying so you can be alone together isn't nothing. She cried quietly. I stayed where I was. We broke up calmly. She packed her things. A cardigan, some skincare, a charger, a book, all fitting into one small bag. That part hurt more than I expected. Where things stand now, the coworker lost his relationship, his apartment, and his reputation. His ex is healing and rebuilding. My ex thinks I'm insecure and controlling. Some people agree with her. Most don't. And me?
I'm okay.
I miss her sometimes, the good parts. But every time I do, I remember the text that started everything. His girlfriend is totally cool with it. Why aren't you? Because she wasn't. She didn't even know. If the story had been true, nothing would have happened. It wasn't. And I don't regret refusing to play along with a lie. So this is where everything landed. Her coworker and his ex are completely done. She moved out, started therapy, and is finally dealing with things she'd been ignoring for years. She told me more than once that my message was the moment everything finally made sense for her. We're not close, but I'm glad she knows the truth. My ex and I haven't spoken since the breakup. Her mom tried calling once more. I didn't answer. A friend of hers texted me, calling me insecure and controlling. I left it on read. And me? I'm fine. Not amazing, not broken, just steady. 14 months isn't nothing, and there are moments I miss her. But every time I do, I remember the line that started it all. His girlfriend is totally cool with it. Why aren't you? Because she wasn't cool with it. She didn't even know. The entire situation was built on lies, not mine. I was expected to accept them without question, to prioritize someone else's comfort over my own boundaries. I didn't go behind anyone's back. I verified what I was told. If the story had been true, nothing would have happened. It wasn't, and everything collapsed under its own weight. Some people will say I overreacted. Maybe. But I'd rather be called insecure than stay in a relationship where honesty is optional and discomfort gets dismissed as a flaw. She could have driven home. She could have been transparent. She could have respected the fact that trust goes both ways. Instead, she chose convenience over clarity. I chose standards, and I'm at peace with that. This is where I'm leaving the story. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not trying to prove I was right. I'm just clear. 14 months with someone teaches you a lot. Not just about them, but about yourself. What you're willing to accept. What you're not. Where your boundaries actually are when they're tested instead of just talked about. This situation wasn't about a couch, a late night, or a presentation. It was about honesty. It was about being told after the fact that something was already decided for me, and then being made to feel unreasonable for questioning it. What ended the relationship wasn't my text. It wasn't the coworker's lie. It wasn't even that night. What ended it was the realization that when things got uncomfortable, transparency wasn't the default. Defensiveness was. Minimizing was. Gaslighting was. I was expected to doubt my instincts instead of the story I was being given. I won't do that anymore. I don't believe relationships survive on blind trust. They survive on earned trust, on consistency, openness, and the willingness to have hard conversations instead of hiding behind, "You're overreacting." I didn't lose a relationship that night. I stepped out of one that was already cracking. If someone thinks that makes me insecure, that's fine. I know what I'm willing to stand for now. I choose honesty. I choose clarity. I choose boundaries. And moving forward, I'll only choose people who do the same.